Hello, everyone. Welcome to this week's Q&A session. For those of you that don't know me, I am Dr. Janet Roark. I'm a veterinarian in Austin, Texas, and I go live every Sunday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time to answer your biggest questions. So if you're hopping on live, I would love to know where you're from, what essential oil you're using today, and if you have any questions, try to keep them compliant. No disease names, try to be creative. Okay, so a couple of announcements while we're waiting for those comments to come in, since there's a little bit of a delay. And that the biggest announcement is, of course, that if you've been paying attention, the 7-day Happy Healthy Horse Challenge starts tomorrow. We go live I'll be going live 3 p.m. Central Standard Time every day to do the Q&As, but the content will be loaded. I'll load that in the mornings, every morning. So you can go out, do your morning feedings, for those of you that are my horse friends. And then when you come back in, hop on, check the things out, go back out, do your challenge for the day, and then hop on at 3 to do your to do the Q&A if you have any questions about that day. Tomorrow we're going to be talking about the digestive system, a very, very big topic when it comes to horses. As we know, colic is a very scary thing, can be deadly with our horse friends, and we definitely we want to avoid that at all costs by preventing it whenever possible. So awesome. Teresa, so good to see you. She's using turmeric in Illinois. Edie is in Boyd, Texas. So great to see you. Trina in Maryland. Awesome. Kathy says she loves my Sunday sessions. Thank you. I love my Sunday sessions too. I just love hanging out with you on Sunday nights. Alejandra is using lemon in Florida. I think you're amazing too, girl. So let's see. Adaptive. Kim is using Adaptive. Super awesome. The other thing that I want to, Donna's also using Adaptive in Nova Scotia. So we got Georgia and Nova Scotia using some Adaptive. I love it. Michelle is using Geranium in Virginia. I love Geranium. It's so good this time of year to also help repel ticks. Did you know that? It's got so many great uses. And Teddy is using copaiba in Pennsylvania. Dr. Warren in Australia. Whew, how is tomorrow doing? Also thinks I'm amazing. That's very nice, Dr. Warren. I think you're amazing too. Kathy is diffusing the new mountain forest, which it smells amazing and is so good for the kidneys and the urinary tract as well. But really, it just smells amazing. Kim is in Knoxville, Tennessee, using Adaptive. I love it. So if you guys have any questions for me, go ahead and pop them in the chat. And we'll start them. So Jennifer Roark, I love your last name, by the way. Spelled the same way too. That's so awesome. Kidney support for cats. What can we use? Definitely, we were just talking about mountain forest, really, really good, but because of some of the oils in it. So I really love juniper berry and copaiba, very great for kidney support, as well as cedarwood and sandalwood. So you can kind of choose between one of those. And I like to do about 4 drops of each of those in a 10 milliliter roller bottle, top it off with some fractionated coconut oil so that it's diluted properly for your kidneys, or your kitty cat's kidneys, and you can apply it once or twice daily by petting. You don't want to apply the full 10 milliliters. Just roll a little bit on your hand, rub your hands together, and pet like normal. Let's see. Dr. Warren has been using Siberian fir. Awesome. I love that. So actually, I have been using Siberian fir on my horse, Mac, because we've been having a ton of rain in Texas over the last month. It finally dried out, but because of the rain, it has been muddy like crazy. And Mac stays outside because he gets really, really ulcery when he's kept inside. So he has been out in the mud, and because of the mud, he has had some foot problems. leading to him losing shoes and then getting sore and all sorts of fun things. So I've been using Siberian fur with him for his hoof soreness, and he finally, this weekend it got better. And his shoes are staying on, and so I was actually able to ride him today because of that beautiful oil Siberian fur, and I used some of the massage blend as well. Morgan says oils to help with a dog with car motion sickness. So we have a motion potion blend in my book. Let me see if I can find the recipe. Actually, where's my book? If you guys don't have this, it's been out for a year. It's the Essential Oils for Pets guidebook. And we do have a recipe in here for motion sickness, if I can find it quickly. You can definitely use the digestive blend or the kids digestive blend. Both of those are really, really good. Let me see. There we go. It is. So, but you can also, the single oils you can use, lavender, ginger, cardamom, peppermint, the calming blend, whether it's the kids calming blend or the regular one, the restful blend and the grounding blend, all really, really good for that. I really like to use a combination. Usually with motion sickness with dogs, there's like an anxiousness component. So we always add in either some lavender or rum chamomile to help with that. And so like 10 drops of the digestive blend and 20 drops of lavender in about a 15 milliliter bottle of fractionated coconut oil. So, and then that diluted, put it on your hand, pet your dog about 10 to 15 minutes before you go on a car ride. Maybe don't feed right before you go on a car ride. Wait at least 30 minutes after you feed to go for a ride, or skip breakfast that day and feed them later in the day. That would also be a good thing. But the other thing is desensitizing them and training them to get used to the car rides. So even just like getting in the car and like driving to the end of the driveway and then coming back one day, and then the next day get in and drive all the way to the mailbox and then come back and get out, like little teeny tiny short trips, then go around the block, no big deal. And then just coming back home and making it not a big deal can get them used to that riding in the car a little bit better before you go on a nice long trip. All right. And then going to fun places and not so fun places. So don't just take your dogs whenever they get in the car. If they go someplace they don't like, maybe it's the groomer or the veterinarian or someplace where they've had a bad experience. Maybe they don't like the trainer, or they don't like, maybe they're going to being boarded somewhere, and so they're going to be missing you. Don't always just take them for a ride on those days. Take them for rides. Just to go to Starbucks one day. And then come back, no big deal, and then give them treats the whole time once they get back. Caleb, okay, so Caleb's asking about flea prevention. So flea prevention, I really like our repellent blend. We have a really good repellent or outdoor blend that is quite good. And it's already pre-diluted. And so I actually use that one. The 1 drop of cedarwood and 1 tablespoon of coconut oil it's probably a little too diluted, which is probably why it didn't work. But remember that these are repelling oils. They don't actually kill fleas. So, as a general rule, sometimes they do, but you'll want to make sure you're flea combing 2-3 times a day, and disposing of those fleas, cleaning your house, vacuuming your home at least daily, getting rid of the bag or cleaning out the canister every single day until you get rid of the situation. Eggs hatch throughout the week, but every 2 weeks is the typical life cycle. And so you want to make sure that you are diligent about that, washing all the bedding, all of that stuff if you have an active infestation. Let's see. Trina, I diffuse lavender all the time to get animals to settle down. I love it. Michelle says, thank you for all the information and knowledge. Oh, thank you so much. You guys are so nice. I got this really nice card from one of my animal aromatherapy specialist certification students in the mail, in the actual physical mail, a handwritten card. I couldn't believe it. And it was so nice. And I actually, for those of you that don't know, I save all of those from you if you send them to me. I save them for when I have really hard days. I read them, and it just shows that, like, even though there's people that are not nice, and there's people, there's hard days that sometimes bad stuff happens. There are awesome people in this world that you are making a difference for, and it really helps me get through those hard days. So thank you for that person. You know who you are, who sent it to me. Let's see. Yeah, so I like your thoughts on slightly high calcium levels. Vet specialist checked things with ultrasound and aspiration. All is good, no bad stuff. So I would check your diet, number one. So double check diet. And then making sure that you do another blood test on calcium that is segregated out. So you have ionized calcium, and that would, and you can actually have your vet send that off to Michigan State. They run that test. It's quite good. And they, that would be an indicator of potential like pre-cancer blood work, basically. So it doesn't really necessarily mean anything at this point. I would do a little bit more testing on that as far as that goes, and then keep a close eye on things, which it sounds like you're doing. Let's see. Let's make sure we keep things compliant, guys. Mosquitoes on horses. Citronella works really, really well. Lemon eucalyptus as well. So I actually have 2 recipes for that, but we could also use the repellent blend for horses for that. Definitely lots of different oils you can use for mosquitoes that are very effective. Yeah. The repellent blend, if you just Google it, Caleb, you'll know what I'm talking about. It's Terror Shield. So I'm not supposed to say that on my lives, but yes, definitely follow up with that Michigan testing. Cool. That's good. Let's see. Oh, Deb says, what's the best way to apply the repellent blend for dogs? And here's what I do. So it comes in a spray, or it comes as an oil bottle like this. This isn't it. This is a different one. But so you just take it, if it's in the bottle, and just so you know, the spray and the bottle are exactly the same recipe. One's not more diluted than the other. It's exactly the same. One's just in a bigger bottle. It's a convenient spray bottle versus the dropper bottle. So but the dropper bottle is a little bit more expensive. It's like half price because it's half the amount. So what you do is you put a couple of drops on your hand, 2-3 drops, rub your hands together, and then you pet them all over. So you pet them, especially on their back, focusing around their neck, rubbing down their legs and on their belly, especially if they're going in long grass or in the woods or anything like that. Ooh, that smells so good. For those of you that were using Adaptive, that's what that was, and it is amazing. So that's how you apply it, and I usually rub a little on their ear tips as well. You can put it on a bandana around their neck if you want to do it that way. There's lots of different ways to apply it, but I usually try to get it on them as much as like all over for this particular one, because it is going to repel them, those icky bugs from jumping on them in the first place. So all right, you guys, that is all the time I have for today. If you are not in the Happy Healthy Horse Challenge, please join it. The cart closes tomorrow morning. I'd like everybody to be in by midnight because I have to enter people in there myself. So definitely try to get in there. If you have a horse or you know anybody that has horses that needs to be a part of that, I highly recommend it. It is going to be epic. It's going to be fun. It's going to be 7 days with me and my horse Mac, and I hope to see y'all in there. All right, I'll see you guys next week. Bye.